The federal opposition leader Tony Abbott wound up a one-day visit to Tasmania with a community forum in Launceston. Emily Bryan reports.
140 members of the public registered to attend last night's hour-long forum. They questioned Mr Abbott on a variety of issues, from Australia's contribution to global aid to limited access to IVF. Digital Tasmania's Andrew Connor also criticised the opposition leader for opposing the national broadband network.
Tasmania needs this technology and the rest of the country needs it too.
Mr Abbott says the network is underutilised, but the coalition wouldn't tear up broadband contracts or remove its infrastructure.
We do not intend to continue what we think is unnecessary and too expensive.
The opposition leader has promised more community forums when he returns to Tasmania.
Public smoking bans are spreading, and so is the demand to stop smoking. For some, a new product might be the answer. Channel 8 medical reporter Janet St. James takes a closer look.
This isn't what it looks like. That wispy plume is really a harmless vapor, and the cigarette is fake.
With this device, you can actually enjoy smoking without the bad parts of the cigarette. There is no tar, there is no tobacco, no bad chemicals that can cost you for cancer.
Ohad Naeem is franchise operator of Smoking Everywhere, a battery-operated electronic cigarette getting a lot of attention at Grapevine Mills Mall and on the internet. It's been available for years in Europe.
Fact: Smoking Everywhere electronic cigarette is the healthier way to smoke.
The e-cigarette is marketed as a safer way to smoke or even quit smoking.
No one can tell you no anymore. Due to having no tobacco or open flame, the smoking...
Because it isn't real, it enables smoking everywhere, getting around public smoking bans. The device gives a jolt of nicotine with every drag, satisfying the addiction.
Looks like a cigarette.
We showed this provocative product to Presbyterian Dallas pulmonologist Gary Weinstein, who treats smokers. He gave us a surprising response.
Nicotine is very similar to caffeine. It's a stimulant. It's very addicting, like caffeine. But nicotine by itself is not a terrible thing.
In fact, nicotine gum and patches have been used for years to help kick the habit. But this product is different in that it gives an authentic feel of smoking without exposing anyone else to secondhand smoke.
This one is actually an apple.
That's right, the e-cigarette comes in several fun flavors, including cherry, chocolate, and mint. Ernest Oviedo, who started smoking as a teen, bought one.
I want to quit smoking. I like smoking, but I know it's bad, so I just want to give it a try.
Janet St. James, Channel 8 News.
Classes began at the world's most expensive public school, which cost California taxpayers really a pretty penny. The price tag, a record $578 million.
And despite that unbelievable cost, educators are defending the money spent on the Robert F. Kennedy Community School. Melissa McBride reports now from Los Angeles.
Good morning.
Good morning. Students arriving at RFK community schools are making history, where history was made 42 years ago. The 24-acre site was once the Ambassador Hotel, where Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated during his run for the White House. The campus, comprised of 6 pilot schools, is the most expensive public school in the country.
I think kids are going to be more respectful and more wanting to learn and be successful in their grades and everything.
RFK has a $578 million price tag, paid for by voter-approved construction bonds. The legendary Coconut Grove nightclub in the old hotel is now a theater. The ballroom is now a library. The schools at the complex have soccer fields, swimming pools, artwork on display, and a park that's open to the public.
Building in the heart of LA is a little different. Building on a historically significant location is a little different. And so $578 million is a significant investment, and it's very well spent.
The students attending RFK are from a 9-block radius, so freshman Jonathan Palenko can walk to school with his family. A nice change of pace after riding the bus to Brentwood for middle school.
It was like an hour away, so now I'm closer to home. I don't have to wake up so early.
RFK is already a source of pride in the community, but looks aside, parents say what matters most is what happens in the classroom.
Whatever they're doing here it'll work in the brains of the children and they won't tear up the surroundings because it's very nice here.
The RFK community schools are now home to about 4,200 students. And by opening these doors, the LAUSD says that will help alleviate some of the overcrowding at other schools. This is Melissa McBride for ABC News.
So now summer is coming to an end, which also might mean your summer fling is coming to an end. How do you now transition into the colder winter months and maybe find a more serious relationship? I'm here with Tracy Steinberg, the datologist, to tell us a little bit more how to make that transition.
I really recommend that people take the time to do the introspection and figure out what is important to them and what isn't important to them. That no one should ever settle for a serious relationship when the other person is not healthy, confident, and available. And then you figure out what are your 5 non-negotiable traits that if this other person did not have, that you wouldn't feel satisfied with them.
Well, does that mean for a summer fling, they don't have to have those 5 traits?
Well, it really depends what you're looking for. I mean, if you're just looking to have fun, then the most important aspect for the other person is that they're fun. But if you're looking for someone to actually snuggle with in the cold winter months,
Baby, it's cold outside.
It's just going to be the two of you, and you actually want to like the person and enjoy spending time with them and have it be free of drama.
Do summer flings ever really work? I mean, everyone's always got that one summer fling they remember, whether it was from their college years or afterwards or before, even back in high school when times just seemed like a lot more free and fun. Do those ever really last?
I think that they can last, and I'm sure that everybody listening knows somebody who's been able to make the summer fling last. But in general, if you're choosing a relationship based on the fact that they're going to be fun for the summer, often that doesn't necessarily translate to become a serious relationship.
So let's say you're going out on a date in September, October. Do you find that this is the time, and should women be aware that this is the time that men are maybe looking for something a little more serious, or should women be aware of this?
As a dating coach, I definitely notice that people come to me when they are thinking about getting into a serious relationship. And I definitely have seen in my business that I attract more people wanting help in the fall months. And it's probably because they know that snuggling with hot chocolate by the fireplace, they want a cutie to do that with.
For more tips on finding that perfect relationship, now it's getting colder, check out Tracy Steinberg, the datologist, on her website at tracysteinberg.com.